Hello, everyone. My name is Terrence Marshall. I'm so excited to be here talking to you yet again, speaking in front of my church exercise team. It's so good to see many of you. We've been on this journey together for such a long time, and as we all know, it's important to be healthy in four major areas of our lives. That include our minds, our bodies, our spirits, and our finances. But today, we want to pay strict attention to health as it relates to what we put in our bodies. There was a question that came up about how important it is to eat healthy. Understanding that good health affects us in many ways. Number one, it affects us in how we feel. We want to feel good. We want to feel energized because there are so many things that we have to do in our daily lives. Me, like many of you, I work full-time. I'm in school full-time as an adult student. We have all of the things that we have to do in lives. I have children, bills and mortgages and car notes, all of these things that we have to do. We have to work to be able to meet these objectives in our lives, and we have to be healthy to be able to do that. So health affects us in the way that we feel, and also how healthy our weight is. We know weight is very important, and it affects us in our abilities to minimize our risk of chronic disease. So it's very important what we do as it relates to our health and our eating habits. Most recently, we talked about eating correctly. And as you all know, similar to you, my personal story is over the last year, I've lost 65 pounds, and I still have a lot more to go, and we've been encouraging each other over the last year or so, and I'm so excited about being able to share some of these results with you. When we talk about eating is something that we all do, obviously, more often than others, but it's something that we have to do to be able to survive. And there is an old saying that says, we are what we eat. And so when we think about eating, one thing comes to mind. It is said that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So let's take a look at what we typically eat for breakfast. The most common thing that most of us eat, and the most common thing that comes to mind, is eggs. So we sometimes take advantage of the thing that we do most often. But I want to caution us today about how and what we eat as it relates to the most common thing we eat for the most important meal of the day, and that is eggs. All eggs aren't the same. I'm here to tell you today emphatically that pasture-raised eggs are the best eggs for you to eat. And I'm going to prove that to you today. So there are many different types of eggs in our local grocery store. One are what we call conventional eggs. Be leery of what types of things are out there and what's on the packages. Conventional eggs are found in our local grocery store. They're usually raised in overfilled hen houses. And let me tell you what that is. Imagine a typical regular sized laptop. These chickens are raised in that space for their entire lives. They never see outside. They never see the sun. They never eat what's natural for them to eat. They're cooped up in a cooped hen, if you will, and they are forced to, they're force-fed pesticides and all types of chemicals to make them produce more and be bigger, and then those traits are passed down to us, and we eat it every single morning. So we have to be careful. Certain things that we find in the grocery store might say vegetarian eggs. Be careful. That is a tactic by marketing people out there. It might sound good, but let me tell you something. Chickens don't eat meat anyway. So whether it's a vegetarian egg, it means absolutely nothing to us. These chickens are force-fed, unnatural diets. Be careful. And some packages say these eggs are better because they're brown. Don't be fooled by that either. Color means absolutely nothing as it relates to how good an egg is. Color means absolutely nothing. And then you might see a sign that says natural eggs. Term means nothing at all. It's meaningless as well. Brands use this as a tactic for people to spend more money and eat more unhealthy things. There are other types of eggs out there, organic eggs. They might not be given antibiotics or hormones, but that does not mean that they're more successful for us as far as what we should be eating. They might not be pesticide fed. However, they never go outside. They never go into their natural habitat. So we have to be careful with what we call organic eggs as well. Now that brings us to cage-free eggs. The FDA mandates that cage-free chickens aren't in cages. However, the chickens are cooped up so very close together that it might as well be a cage. And so the same effect happens. I'm here to let you know that pasture-raised eggs are the best. These chickens are allowed to roam free. They eat better and are healthier, and they are more natural, and they are fed a more natural diet. The NPR concludes that 95% of all consumer eggs in the United States come from chicken in cages and come from which is what's called the conventional and the organic eggs, but we're talking about now pasture-free eggs. They get plenty of time outside, they're happier, they're healthier, and it's better for you and me. Sources and research concludes that pasture-raised and free eggs have 1/3 less cholesterol, 1/4 less saturated fat, 2/3 more vitamin A, twice as many omega-3 fatty acids that fight disease, 3 times as much vitamin E, 7 times more beta-carotene, which is absolutely imperative to having a healthy body. This is what you get when you look at and purchase pasture-free or pasture-raised eggs. But let me caution you, eggs are not regulated by the FDA. So you have to do your own research. Do everything you can to buy pasture-raised eggs. Read the labels. Make sure you do your research and make the best decision for yourself. You know, as I said before, there is a saying that says we are what we eat. And breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So be careful what you start your day off with, because it will affect how you progress throughout your day. Pasture-raised eggs are the best. They are better than conventional eggs, better than organic eggs. Pasture-free eggs is the way to go. Well, that's all, yolks. See you next time.